It's safe to say, Euphoria has to be one of the most shocking and stressful shows of all time to watch. But these behind the scenes moments that the stars of the show shared, well, they might be even more over the top than the show itself. Let's get into it. Before we continue, we're gonna give you a spoiler warning, so here's your chance to save this video until you're all caught up. Now, seriously, if you thought some of the things that Kat witnessed while being a cam girl in season 1 were insane, think again. Right off the bat, season 2 of Euphoria became more dramatic, more violent, more intense, and definitely more graphic than the first. And in the premiere episode of the second season, there's a now iconic scene where Fez smashes a bottle over Nate's head before punching his head nonstop. Ugh, still pains me to think about. Well, Angus Cloud, the actor who plays Fez, revealed that he was actually given a bottle made out of sugar to use for the scene, and it looks like he and Jacob Elordi took advantage of the fake glass bottles that they had and would just practice the scene for fun.
Yeah, that sounds like it hurts, bro.
Oh my god.
It looks real.
In an interview with Thrillist, Angus said of Jacob, he was taking those bottles to the dome like a champ. It sure looked like it. But if fake glass bottles to the old nog weren't shocking enough for you, maybe try this one on for size. Remember the guy who was sitting on the toilet in the bathroom where Cassie laid in the bathtub hiding from Maddie? Well, according to Ansel Prince, said Toilet Dude, that was all him on camera.
Yes, that is me in the bathroom. Not a prosthetic.
Impressive.
And since we're on the topic of the bathroom scene, Sydney Sweeney actually said that was one of the most terrifying scenes for her to shoot, and we've got to say, we definitely believe it. Yeah, I wouldn't want to get on Maddie's bad side either. In an interview with Decider, Sydney said that Alexa was very convincing as an angry Maddie. She said, Alexa was on the other side of the door banging the entire time, and I was just like, oh my god, if I was actually in this situation, I would be freaking out. So Cassie was freaking out. Sounds to me like Sydney wasn't acting in that instance, and I do not blame her. And before season 2 was even shot, Storm Reed, who plays Gia, Rue's younger sister on the show, shared that Drake actually showed up to the table read, and in true Drizzy fashion, he had a lot of feelings and paid attention the entire time. Storm shared her thoughts on Drake's appearance when she stopped by the Kelly Clarkson show. She said, I was kind of looking at him to see if he was actually paying attention and turning his pages, and you could tell he was feeling all the emotion. I was like, okay, Drake. It's pretty clear Drake takes his role as an executive producer on the show very seriously. As we all know, or those of us who have been watching Euphoria religiously, that New Year's Eve party scene felt like it lasted an eternity. And guess what? The actors on the show felt the exact same way. In fact, in an interview with Thrillist, the cast shared that they shot all night for over a week. Maud Apatow, who plays Lexi, told the outlet, we would start at 6 p.m. and go until whenever the sun would rise, 5 a.m., and we were so tired. There were certain days, or at least a couple hours at a time, where we would all be hanging out in the green room together and it would feel fun, like we're all hanging out, but mostly we were all trying to nap. Meanwhile, Jacob said shooting the party scene felt like being in hell very quickly. He said, the thing is, we do it for so long. We shot that party scene for over a week, so very quickly, it's like being in hell. It's like being in a party that you don't want to be in at all. I think both Cassie and Nate would agree with that last sentiment. For more on all things Euphoria, click right over here for another clever news video, then hit up those comments and let us know what you thought was the most wild behind the scenes fact that you have heard so far. I just can't get over the smashing the sugar bottle over each other's head. It still looks like it would hurt. I'm your host, Carly Henderson. You can find me on Instagram at carlyhenderson_, and I'll see you soon.